My dear children, today's topics are classification of psychological disorders and factors underlying abnormal behavior. And now, children, the classification of psychological disorders. How can we classify the individual psychological disorders? And people is suffering schizophrenia or obsessive compulsive disorder or generalized anxiety disorder. So how can we identify individuals psychological disorders? And just you see the two books DSM and ICD are important for these kinds of classification. And now, what are the importance of this classification? And the important is that a classification of such disorders consists of a list of categories of specific psychological disorders grouped into various classes on the basis of some common characteristics. So on the basis of some common characteristics, and we can classify various kinds of disorders. And now, neurodevelopmental disorder. Under neurodevelopmental disorder, intellectual disability, and language disorder, and autism spectrum disorder, etc. So on the basis of some common characteristics, we can classify. And other classification are useful because they enable users like psychologists, psychiatrists and social worker and to communicate with each other about the disorders and what are the causes of psychological disorders and various kinds of processes in their development and maintenance. So these are the importance of classifications. On the basis of some common characteristics, we can classify, and other thing is that the communications purposes and the classifications are important. And now next, DSM and ICD. DSM, the full form Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, and ICD, International Classification of Disease. And DSM, is published by American Psychiatric Association and ICD, World Health Organization, WHO. And now the DSM, the first DSM and DSM-1 was published in 1952, only for your information, and DSM-2 in 1968, DSM-3 1980, DSM-4 1994, DSM-4 tier, that means the text revision, was published in 2000, and now DSM-5, yes, and was published in 18 May in 2013. And now the DSM present discrete clinical criteria which indicate the presence or absence of disorders, and DSM just presents diagnostic criteria. So how can we classify an individual's disorders? And ICD specially and officially used in India, and in ICD a description of the main clinical features or symptoms and of other associated features including diagnostic guidelines is provided in these schemes. So the DSM or ICD are important. Again, just DSM stands for American Psychiatric Associations, and the full form of DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder. ICD is published by World Health Organization, and full form International Classification of Disease. And the present we use DSM-5 and whatever, and just various kinds of psychological disorders on the basis of DSM-5. And now next, the factors underlying abnormal behavior. You already know for psychological disorders, not only biological factors are important, not only psychological models and socio-cultural models also. And suppose all are important. The one person's, the reason behind of psychological disorders for one person's may be biological factors, and for the other persons may be psychological causes, and some other persons may be sociocultural causes. So for psychological disorders, various kinds of factors are important. The factors: biological, psychological, under psychological, the psychodynamic model, behavioral model, cognitive model, humanistics existential model, and then sociocultural and diathesis stress model. Now next, and just listen this case study. And they were identical twins whose parents were killed in a car accident when they were a year old. Their mother and grandmother both had histories of recurrent clinical depression. And the twins were adopted into two loving middle-class families without a history of depression. And Melinda's adoptive family provided a loving and supportive environment and supported her through school and college. But the other adoptive parents, by contrast, soon divorced, and she was raised by her adoptive mother, who developed a serious dependence on alcohol and who could not hold a job. Yes. And now, her mother's living circumstances and deteriorated, and Tracy was forced to change schools 4 times. And then after, both Tracy and Melinda married after they graduated from college, but by age 27, both marriages resulted in divorce. And last, Melinda developed some depressive symptoms for the first 6 weeks following the divorce. And the depression was not severe. She quickly recovered, and the other sisters developed a major depressive episode that lasted for over a year. So now, and from this case study, just you see the biological factor is responsible for developing psychological disorders. And now the biological factors. Under biological factor, and dysfunction in brain parts, and the chromosomal abnormalities, and the faulty genes, and the activity of neurotransmitter, imbalances of neurotransmitters, and the hormonal problems, all are related. Yes. So, and imbalances of neurotransmitters. And anxiety disorders have been linked to low activity of the neurotransmitter gamma aminobutyric acid. Yes, the GABA. Low activity of GABA for anxiety disorders. And schizophrenia to excess activity of dopamine, and depression to low activity of serotonin. So, these are the part of neurotransmitters. And the gene also. Yes. And chromosomal abnormalities also. And for chromosomal abnormalities, already Down syndrome, cat's cry, etc. And the 5th chromosome abnormalities, responsible for schizophrenia. And now, brain parts also. And for schizophrenia, the limbic systems, dysfunctions in limbic system, thalamus, basal ganglia, cerebellum, all are responsible. Yes. And some studies of the thalamus for schizophrenia show evidence of volume shrinkage or neuronal loss. Yes. And so that means the biological factors are also important for psychological disorders. Now, psychological models. Under psychological models, psychodynamic model, behavioral model, cognitive model, humanistics existential models. So now first psychodynamic model and the psychoanalytic school. The father of psychoanalytic school, Sigmund Freud. And the important important part of these schools, and Freud said for psychological disorders and childhood experiences are important, and other important thing is that unconscious conflict is also important. And Freud identified the structure of our mind: id, ego, and superego. Id means our instinctual needs, drives, impulses. Ego means, our rational thinking. And superego means our moral standards. And we call id means pleasure principles, ego means relative principles, and superego means moral principles. And the conflict between these forces are responsible for abnormal symptoms or psychological disorders. So id means pleasure principles. And a particular point of time, suppose for examples, and I want to eat pizza. So this is, my id impulses. And superego said, and don't eat because it's too much calorie. And this is our moral principles. And ego said in our reality principles, okay, and you can eat a one day. So that means the balance between id and superego. Ego plays an important role. Ego plays like an executive member and executive functionings in our mind. So Freud said the conflict between these forces, childhood experiences and unconscious conflict and faulty defense mechanisms, all are responsible for psychological disorders. Yes, and various kinds of disorders like anxiety disorders, like mood disorders, anything. And we can describe the causes of these disorders and on the basis of these schools. So, and various kinds of case studies of Freud also, like Anna O's case studies. And Freud said the unconscious conflict was responsible for developing psychological disorders. And we have our unconscious mind. Yes, unconscious mind plays important role in our life. And Freud said, and level of minds, and conscious, preconscious or subconscious, and unconscious. And you are listening my lecture now. That means our conscious, and you are at conscious state. And preconscious is, our memory system. Yes, and unconscious minds. So, unconscious plays an important role, and unconscious conflict is one of the important cause of developing psychological disorders. Yes. And now next, behavioral model. And behavior is also important. And the faulty behavior can lead to psychological disorders. Faulty training and improper modeling, observational model of Bandura. Pavlov's classical conditionings and Skinner's operant conditioning. The conditioning is also important for our behavior. So the faulty, improper behavior, faulty training, are cause of psychological disorders. And now next, the cognitive models. And various kinds of disorders, depression, anxiety, we can explain the causes of these disorders on the basis of this model. That means cognitive model means how we think. Our thinking pattern is important. How we think. And we have various kinds of cognitive error like overgeneralizations, magnifications, black and white thinking, etc. and are causes of anxiety disorders, causes of depressions. And now, our illogical thinking, irrational assumptions about our future and any kinds of events, inaccurate thinking are causes of psychological disorders. So how we think, our thinking pattern is also important. And faulty thinking, irrational thinking, illogical thinking, and are causes of psychological disorders. And people may also repeatedly think in illogical ways and make overgeneralizations. That is, they may draw broad negative conclusion on the basis of a single insignificant event. Now next, humanistic existential model. And humanistics, Carl Rogers said self-actualization. Self-actualizing tendency. Maslow said self-actualization need. Yes, and humanistic perspective views human nature as basically good. Yes, and the important thing is that self-actualizing tendency. And human beings are born with a natural tendency to be friendly, cooperative, constructive, and a self-actualizing tendency. That means fulfill this potential for goodness and growth. And self-actualizing tendency is common for all people according to Rogers. But Maslow said self-actualization needs is the highest need. And the Rogers said various kinds of self also. The real self, ideal self, and social self. Real self means who am I, my present skills, abilities, etc. And the ideal self, in which position I ought to be. That means my ideal situations. If the discrepancy between real self and ideal self may lead to psychological disorders. Now, existentialist. Existential perspective resembles the humanistic view and mainly emphasis on the uniqueness of each individuals. And existentialists believe that from birth we have total freedom to give meaning of our existence or to avoid that responsibility. And those who avoid from this responsibility, develop existential anxiety, would live empty, inauthentic, and dysfunctional lives. So, according to existentialist, meaning in life is important and develop the meaning in life. Yes. And so the humanistics and existential model, and self-actualizing tendency is important and develop meaning in life. Now next, socio-cultural model. And that means our family, our parenting style, all are important. Our social network, our conditions, all are important. And any kinds of, early deprivation or trauma, inadequate parenting styles also. We know various kinds of parenting styles: authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, and uninvolved. So parenting style is also important for developing psychological disorders. And various kinds of family problem: marital problem, faulty family, and other thing, peer relationship also. All are important for developing psychological disorders. And in socio-cultural point, the culture where we live is also important. Studies have shown that people who are isolated and lack of social support, may develop psychological disorders. Now last, diathesis stress model. And this model states that psychological disorders develop when a diathesis, that means biological predisposition to the disorders, is set off by a stressful situations. And this model has been applied to several disorders like anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia. And the three parts are important for diathesis stress models. That means biological part, which may be inherited. And second means our vulnerability to develop a psychological disorder. That means the person at risk or predisposed to develop the disorder. And third, any kinds of stressor, yes, may lead to psychopathology. So the important is biological counterpart. Second is vulnerability to develop a psychological disorders. And third is any kinds of pathogenic stressor are present and people may develop psychological disorders. So children, the factors of underlying abnormal behavior is biological factors, psychological factors, socio-cultural factors, and last one, diathesis stress model. Thank you, my children.